The day has arrived. The day we've been waiting for. Get out here and cut this alfalfa. So I've never done this before, but I beat Brian to the field. Not that I've never beat him to the field, but I am here to get him on his maiden voyage to open up this field and get going. So it's really pretty. He showed me this cool, really cool stick. I had never seen it before, and so I'm going to have him talk about it. So we love oh, I could try to turn this phone around, but we are the people that even if we're visiting, or I don't know, even if we're in a different state and they're cutting hay, we roll down our windows so we can smell it. Oh, let's see, I'll wait for him to come up. We're about 5 miles from our own home farm, so here he comes. Well, it might be a little loud here, but actually it's not just about the calendar. I mean, sure, we always know that right around Memorial Day we're going to be cutting hay for the first, get the first cutting. So you can see it's up to his knees. So let's see if he has anything to say.
All I have to say is I found my first bud. I'd like to have the hay at least budding when we're cutting hay, not flowering. That's later hay, but there's the first little bud right there.
Oh, sure.
So,
yeah, try to focus on that. All right.
it'll come quick with this nice warm weather too. This stuff for first cutting always, a matter of a week, it can turn to really poor quality hay. So got to get the hay vines rolling and get hay in the ground. So.
All right. Thanks. I'll watch you open up the field.
Sounds great.
All right, I don't normally nerd out like this, but I don't know, kind of exciting for a hay farmer. I should back up a little bit. Enjoy coming to this farm. The farmer keeps all the edges so nice and neat and mowed. It's just so pretty. So here's why we pick rocks. Notice how short he cut the hay. Here we go. It is, I think the guy's grass is longer than the hay that Brian just cut. So our hay vine leaves it in a couple little strips. It allows air to get through there. So there it is. Our goal is to keep as many leaves on the stem as we can. The machine is supposed to crush the stems. That helps get rid of the moisture and get the moisture out of there. So first cutting always is a little bit harder to dry. It's always our heaviest crop as well. So what he's doing is he's going completely around the field. We call that the headlands. We do 6 headlands, 6 outer edges, and sometimes we'll just cut the headlands and then come back to them. Okay, that didn't really make much sense, but sometimes we'll do just the headlands and then stop cutting for the day, allowing the headlands to dry. This allows us to be able to rake them and get them off the field. We don't ever like to drive on any laying hay. I don't know if you can tell here, but if you look closely, you can see kind of like just the hay on the right hand side. There's just this darker patch. The reason that didn't grow as well is that's because of ground compaction. Like I said, when Brian was out there using a tractor instead of a Manitou, you know, a big focus too for us is just to not compact the ground. It makes it harder for things to grow. Well, let's see. What else do I have to say? We're a little bit concerned about this area right here. Last summer, fall, they replaced, I forget if it was the turbine blade or the motor or what, but there was, they spilled a lot of oil in here. And so obviously their excavators, they're not worried about stones like we are. So there is a little bit where he might actually just not cut this tight. We may just go around it all together until we get an opportunity to make sure that there are no rocks. Like I showed you how close we cut this. You can't see the rocks. So I also noticed him, I would say, like swerving in the field while I was driving. The nice thing about, the only positive about a wind turbine is that we kind of have a nice little lane that goes back here. You can see the shadow of the turbine in the ground. But anyway, I saw him doing a little bit of swerving along the woods, and I could tell that there are a few trees down. It's almost like, I know we did have some strong winds over the fall, winter, spring, so the weather countrywide has been a little bit on the crazy side. So I know that's why he was swerving. I could see that there were some trees down, so that'll be something we can do. And you know, once we get the hay off, we can drive on it a little bit before it starts to grow back. So well, I always aim to not make these be too long, because I don't like to come in. Actually, I don't ever come in and edit them. So can you hear the sound of the wind turbine? It's very windy today. All right, signing out. I realized I paused it, didn't turn it off. Looks like he's just stopping to kind of take a wide, going really slow so that he can stop and pull up that mower if he has to. What do they call that, a wide berth? Yeah, we just, especially just starting out with hundreds of acres that we've got to cut. Rather be safe than sorry. Be careful, go slow. We always want super good quality. We're not about, well, sometimes it is about quantity,